Hey guys, how's it going? Denonu here. I know it's been a few days since I made my last video, but I figured I'd get something out to you guys, and I didn't get a chance to record anything new except for this, in the past few days. So in the background is Call of Duty. I was going to talk about something else, but I noticed that everybody was talking about like the new patch that just dropped for Call of Duty, or people are talking or either bitching about the new DLC that just dropped with all the microtransactions and everything like that. But I was gonna give my opinions out on that, but I'm not going to, because I mean everybody's doing it. So I figured I'd talk about you guys about my opinion on Call of Duty as a whole, I guess, and when I believe that Call of Duty is gonna, I'm not gonna say die, but because it's probably never gonna die, but when it falls off from being the top shooter on consoles and everything. First off, I'm not one of those guys that play Call of Duty day in, day out. I don't live and breathe it. I've never no-life the game. I mean, I don't have no other description besides that, but I've never no-life the game like that. I get into games like that, but I'm a laid-back person, so things don't roll off me. I don't ever rage when I play a game, like most people do when they play Call of Duty. I don't ever rage like that. I rage a little bit, but I'm not vocal with it. I keep it to myself. But so I've never really been a fan of Call of Duty like that. I love the game. I used to didn't like it. I mean, I was more of a Halo player. I like skill when I play shooters, and I like raising my bar up to that said skill, if that makes sense. When I play, like if I normally play by myself most of the time. If I jump into a lobby with a clan, I'm not gonna back out. I'm gonna stay in there, and if I keep getting my ass whooped, that only drives me better and harder in order to beat the other person. You know what I'm saying? It makes me want to strive to be better. So my idea on Call of Duty was, when I used to play it, that it was weak. It took no skill. I mean, it was just they spoon feed you everything. I mean, and it's true. I mean, they took all the skill out of Call of Duty, and they made it a casual game, and they give you all the tools that you need in order to be better, rather than making you as the gamer adapt to overcome your adversity in the game. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way it is. That's how they make the franchise to appeals to a mass market. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get all the casual gamers to play their games, because they make it easy for them to play. And then on top of that, they're using the old busted ass engine that they used, but that's why you have probably all these lag issues that go on in every game. There's all of these other things that you can't really patch out and fix, because they probably use this old engine, among other things. And they can't switch from that engine, and a lot of people don't realize this if they don't read up about the issues, or even if they know what's inside the Xbox or the PS or the PS excuse me, or the PS3. But they can't fix a lot of those issues because of the limitations upon the hardware. You know what I'm saying? Call of Duty is the only game on console, well, not only game, but it's the only big shooter on the market that runs at a simulated 60 frames per second. And no other shooter like that has a mass market appeals to that nature, because they have the better graphics, they have the bigger engines. When they do that, it also takes up more space on the system and more resources on the system. So that's why every other game runs at 30. It's not that they could just, they can make Call of Duty run faster. They can make it run faster because they don't have the engine that's eating up most of their space, for lack of a better description. And it's that the people like Call of Duty because of the fast-paced action it provides, kill streaks that gratify that, oh man, I'm beasting, you know what I'm saying, I gotta get my kills, and that make you feel good type feeling that the game gives you when you beast on somebody. I've never been one of those kind of gamers. To me, I play the game. If I do good, I do good. I do bad, I do bad. It don't give me that kind of adrenaline rush to make me want to beast on everybody. You know, that's just not me. But it's that, the simulated 60 frames per second, and probably the controls that people love about Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't do anything new or different that any other shooter has done, probably besides kill streaks. And that's when I think when Call of Duty is going to die is going to be next gen. They can't do it this generation because the hardware is so old as shit that they can't make a bigger, better game engine and have it run at 60 frames per second. But with when the next generation consoles come out, like the new Xbox, whatever they're going to call it, and the PlayStation 4, by them having PC-based like architecture, because they all use the same hardware. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys took apart an Xbox, but it's just like a stripped down, old as shit PC without the extras, you know, without the extra components like memory slots and power supply built in. You know, that's in the power brick. But they're using old ass hardware. So with the next gens, by them using newer hardware, it's still going to be nowhere near as good as what a PC can do. Not by far. I mean, it's a laugh if anybody thinks, you know, next gen is going to compete with PCs. That's going to be a fucking joke. But it's going to allow them to make every shooter game that comes out on the market run at 60 frames per second. So that's reason number one, gone. And the moment when somebody makes another modern-based shooter that runs at 60 frames per second and has not even the same exact kill streaks, but let's say a resemblance of kill streaks, you know, just have kill streaks in general, you know, whether it's 357 or something along those lines that, you know, like another shooter that gives kill streaks. The moment they have that, kill streaks, simulated 60 frames per second, and have the same kind of sort of controls or control schemes that Call of Duty has, that's when you're going to see Call of Duty die out, because that's probably the only real reasons why the masses play the game. You know what I'm saying? Perks, you know, they can have them. You know, every shooter is trying to have their variation of perks nowadays, so I don't see that disappearing anytime soon. So the moment the next shooter game, next gen, comes out with those like 4 things, people are going to start leaving Call of Duty to play other games like Battlefield or Crisis if they make another one, which I doubt, but if they do, you know, they're going to play other shooters because that's their reason for playing the game is they want the kill streaks, they want the 60 frames per second, they want the fast-paced action that provides, and that's going to be when Call of Duty, you know, becomes less and less popular, and Activision's probably going to kill the franchise. They're probably going to milk it for every dollar that it's worth, and then they're just going to let it go. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I just wanted to get a video out to you guys and just give you guys my thoughts and opinions on Call of Duty.